Namaste.
Yeah, Sapna, go ahead.
So, verse 28, the last word, mamu paishyasi. So, how does the padacheda, how does it happen? Mam ashyasi.
Ashyasi. So, in Gatav, oh, my video is off.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So what upa is the upasarga here? Mamu
Yeah,
paishyasi.
correct. Upa in Gatav and then rit. So, eti, mam eti Pandava. Eti is lat. Eti is lat. And then this Ashyasi is rit. Future tense. You will gain me. Same eti. The word eti has come quite a bit. We've been seeing it, is it not? So, Mam Ashyasi becomes Mam Aishyasi. Sandhi. So, there is a rule, I think, that makes the A into I. Okay? So, that's the Sandhi rule here. Mam Ashyasi. Normally, we expect it to be Mam Ashyasi. Becomes Aishyasi. Mam Aishyasi. Ah.
So you didn't say it as mam upaishyasi.
Mam Upaishyasi. Okay. Oh, yeah. Mam Ash. Okay, sorry. I got it. Okay. Mam Upaishyasi. So, Upa and Ashyasi.
Okay.
There
I
Sandhi
was
works. Okay. This is
upa.
better. This is better. Yeah, I was wondering because Mam Ashyasi it should be etc. So Upa. So Upa plus Ashyasi becomes Upa Ishyasi.
Okay.
Upa Samipe. So Upa Samipe. And so there, look at that. Upa Ishyasi, Krishna says. Mam Ashyasi would be, Mam Ashyasi also would be enough actually. But Mam Upa Ishyasi. So there's Chandas and all involved there. Upa. And so what prefix can you add to Ashyasi in order to complete the sloka? So upa samipe. Upa means also samipe. Ashyasi also gaining. So you will come near me as it were. Yeah, good.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
Vimuktaha, right? So you explained it as this. We have to take it as after death, after the person is free, right? And you also said that nothing disappears. So, um, the person's. So I'm confused. So the person doesn't have anything, no karma, no papa, nothing, or whatever remnant is there. It just where does it go? You said it never goes anywhere. So where does it go?
Right. So who wants to answer that question? Question is this. I hope you understood the question.
It does not go any. It does not go anywhere. It does not go anywhere.
I think it goes to people who I can't say worship, but it gets distributed between the two, right? Those who do ninda of him and those who.
Can I say something, Jaykumarji?
Yeah, go ahead, Mohini, please.
Okay, so the way it is the jnana has the power to literally burn off your dagdhani. That's what it says. Burn off your sanchita and agami. So when the sanchita and agami does not apply to you because you are not the karta or the bhokta, you haven't accumulated anything, then it just, you don't have to take birth. So it just is like, but what I feel is it disappears. It doesn't apply to you.
See, ownership. Wait a minute. That is one way of looking at it. Disappears is one way of saying. Somebody may question this. Where is this disappearing from? This Vedanta, there is no such thing called disappearing. So far, in the 4-5 years that I've been teaching, I've never said disappears.
Yes.
Swamiji has never said disappears so far, because disappearing is a dangerous word. Disappearing means something cannot disappear. It should become something else. Material stuff. Papa and Punya are material stuff. It is apara prakriti, not para prakriti. So disappearing, somebody can question disappearing. I can't believe that. It is not possible. Disappearing is not possible. Period. In Vedanta, we don't allow any disappearing to happen. We don't talk about anything disappear. Nothing can disappear. What we
But
will
can you
say.
say that it doesn't apply to the jiva anymore?
Look
Even
at
if
this.
it
Look at this. Mohini, wait. Mohini, wait. Tattva Bodha we studied or not?
In
yes, we did.
Tattvabodha.
Tattva Bodha says what? Hey, ownership
Those
is not there. Now I am not affected by this. There is no connection. The connection between me and my Papa Karma is gone. Connection is gone. Papa Karma is floating like that. Need not be destroyed. I am not affected by period. Infinite karma, whatever. I am not affected by whatever I did.
That's what I meant to say is it will not be affecting the jiva. It might exist. If it doesn't disappear, if it exists, it won't apply, right?
So therefore, Sapna's question is, what happens
what
to the
happens?
karma? Okay, she agrees that it won't affect the Jivan Mukta. It does not affect the Jnani. That is understood. That is not questioned. Does it exist, and if so, what happens to it? That is all the question.
If it
Yeah, the
exists.
punyas go to those who honor him, and the papas go to those who.
In Tattva Kara says beautifully, Ye Jnaninam Nindanti, those who, we have a lot of people in India itself who do ninda of the sannyasis. So and a lot of people are there. So we need a lot of those papa karma, and then to come and hit these films. And so we need all that papa karma. It won't go anywhere. We need all that because there are many people like that. Hey, jnaninam prarthayanti, etc. is given in that same line. Those who praise the jnani, those who worship the jnani, those who listen to the jnani, that person gets the punya karma of the sannyasi. Like that it is said there.
I have a question also following this. This only applies for the agami karma of the jnani. So what happens to the sanchita karma then? Because this rule applies only for the agami karma of the jnani. Because nindanti, it goes to them, won't be the part of the sanchita karma of the jnani. So where does the sanchita karma go?
Tattvabodhakara doesn't say it is agami.
It doesn't say, so we have to assume it disappears or it exists. And what happens then? What happens to the sanchita part of it? This is only applicable for agami.
I don't know. I don't know how you come up with that. Does it say, is there a pramanam for
It
that?
is, I mean, that's what it says. If I remember correctly, I can check again and go back and check again and clarify if it is anything else.
Please
Because
do. Please
sanchita
do.
cannot be applied to anybody else.
You see, there is no difference between agami and sanchita. What
Eventually,
is the difference? Tell me the difference between agami and sanchita.
Agami is what your punya papam you have accrued in this birth, which if you take a janma will become a part of your sanchita and then sometimes becomes prarabdha.
it becomes part of Sanchita before
Becomes part
that.
of Sanchita, does it not?
Yeah.
It becomes part of
Yes.
Sanchita, does it not? Yeah, good. It has become part of Sanchita. That's what I meant. Agami is
So the whole
created.
sanchita karma applies to everybody, the remainder of the population, who can be divided into whether they support the jnani
Let's go.
or not
Let's go
support the
slowly.
jnani. I'm not sure.
Let's go slowly. Is there a difference
Okay.
between Agami and Sanchita? Let's go slowly, step
Like
by
I
step.
said, eventually it becomes sanchita. We agreed to that point, right?
So then, how are you separating Agami and Sanchita then?
Okay, even if we don't separate, now my question comes is, so the entire Sanchita karma will be divided amongst the remainder of the populations depending on the followers or non-followers of the Jnani?
Yeah, depending on what we don't know.
Okay, but doesn't even apply to the rule. Where does the Sanchita go? We can classify it into one group as Sanchita, but where does it go then? Then that question comes, right?
That's what I'm saying. Sanchita goes where it's supposed to go.
That would be what?
Yen Nindanti and Yen Prarthayanti.
Oh, I see. So that's how. So the clarity is it will apply to the population, whoever is followers versus non-followers.
Ninda. See, sannyasa ninda
Not
is
followers, Ninda. Sorry, that's what I meant. The people who criticize, the Papa applies to them. And the Punya goes to people who follow
Honor.
or who honor, or like what I'm saying is they believe in that tattva of like jnana will give us moksha and do dharma and
Or
artha and
who,
kama
or who serve,
within
the
the
jnani,
boundaries
or who
of
serve
dharma.
the jnani, yeah, or who
I
serve the jnani, right?
Okay.
Doing shushruksha to the jnani, staying in a
Uh.
house, whatever. That is our punya karma. Gathers punya karma.
Okay.
So Mohini,
Uh.
how was that explanation?
I mean, I don't know. It seems unfair, but I will probably have to check up on this. That like the whole sanchita of the jnani
So Mohini,
goes to
we
somebody
can't see
else.
you. We can't see your Sanchita. What happened? Your
I'm
face.
in India. I'm in India, Jaykumarji. That's why my
Not
laptop's not
hey,
working.
lot of us are in India.
I know, but my laptop is not working, and I don't know. I'm just what to do here. I don't have help.
No problem. No problem. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Otherwise, I would come up on the video. So my question is, how can this be fair? Like I said, every jnani, there is past to every jnani. Like there is, the sinner has a future, same thing. So we don't know what all. The way I look at it is it's burned off. So I guess it disappears. But if it applies to the people who are living, that is not fair.
What is not fair? What exactly is not fair? Tell me what is not fair.
If has he done papa, or to the ninda people, whatever he has done in his entire sanchita karma, he has done some papam, that will apply to the people just because they have done ninda.
And it's not fair. So you're saying that if somebody abuses a sannyasi,
Not abuses. I'm not saying abuses. Ninda is like, say they don't believe, because it happens. I mean, Maya can ignorance can veil anybody's intellect, and they might do it out of ignorance at that stage in life. But like I said, every papishri again has a future, maybe in some janma, because that is where all jivas are going. So
you're digressing. You're digressing. I abuse. Okay, let's see. I abuse an average person.
mhm,
An adharmic act I committed.
mhm.
Will I get papa or not?
That definitely you'll get, because you've done it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let's keep that aside. There's a sannyasi. I abuse a sannyasi because I'm a politician. I can do all kinds of stuff. Okay.
Oh, okay. That way abuse
Wait,
is
wait,
what.
wait. I abused it. Today in India, in Tamil Nadu, you get stories, infinite stories like this about abuse of these politicians because they become rakshasas. We see it every day. So they are abusing ordinary people. They are abusing their own party people. And sannyasis, they are calling they are the ones in this world who have shown how to abuse sannyasis. Okay, these people do it. So suppose that person abuses sannyasi, will he get a papam or not?
He will get papam. Definitely he should.
That is what we are saying here. Nothing. Over. Case closed.
So he gets the papam of the.
Whose papam will he get? Okay.
That would be his own papam.
Tattvabodhakara is saying this is new papam. Okay, that the fellow did not have. The abuser did not have the papam, right? Papam has to come from somewhere. And Tattvabodhakara is saying the papa I mean, to say that a sannyasi had papa is very, I mean, we should not say that actually speaking. But whatever papa was there in the account comes to this man. Because look at this. You know what they say when this Kanchi Acharya, Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal was arrested and things like that. Okay,
True.
and it is a shocking event in the life of a devout Hindu. It's a shocking event, and so that means what? That means the prarabdha karma, correct? For the sannyasi, it's the prarabdha karma. Prarabdha karma. It is unfolding. But then the papa karma that was done by whoever it was
Mm.
has to get some. The karma has to gain some karma phala. And where does that
Yes.
papa come from? He is now shifting from the person's account, sannyasi's account.
Hmm.
Correct? This is
Okay.
only
Interesting though. Yeah, okay. So on top of what papam he committed, this papam is added.
On top or not, papam has to papa karma phalam. Let's be clear. Papa karma is there and papa karma
And
phalam.
consequence is there. Okay.
Perfect law. I don't have any problem with this law at all.
Okay.
Now,
Because even from the sannyasi's perspective, he is exhausting the karma, right?
yeah,
I mean, he's exhausting that
see,
papa.
prarabdha karma even a sannyasi will have, because it is a momentum that has started.
Yeah.
Until the ball stops rolling, it will keep on rolling. That is called prarabdha karma. Correct?
Yes.
So after that, Sanchita is not there, therefore no new janma. Correct? So,
Yes. Yes. For that person. Uh-huh.
yeah, but the Sanchita, we don't say, see, Sanchita burns off. Jnanagni dagdha karma. The meaning of that is, hey, for that person, the karma is burnt off. As good as burnt off. For that person, the karma doesn't exist. The karma will not affect that person. That jnani. That is the meaning of that statement. We should not look at it as the pay that karma is just burnt off and then disappeared. Tattva Kara doesn't say that. He says, no, you can't do that. That is what makes it so beautiful, I think, Mohini. Think about it.
Okay, I'll think about it, definitely. Right now, I need to do more thinking and convince myself if this is what Shastra says.
Yeah, look at if you have any pramana vakyams on this, you let me know.
That's all. I will let you know. I will try to figure
Right.
out, because I have to know the right knowledge.
Yeah, and check with Ashwatji also.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
And with Srinivasanji is there, you can check with him
I will
also.
check with Srinivasanji also. Yes,
Curious
yes.
to know.
Yeah.
And I
Because
will,
if I remember correctly, when we were studying the basics, he said Tattva Bodhakara, what he says, it doesn't occur like that. So that's why I got this strength to say that. But I can again check with Srinivasanji and Ashwath uncle also. And we can, I will text you. I'll probably message you.
and if they say it will get burnt off, then you should ask the question, why did Tattvabodhakara say like
Yeah,
that?
that's what the pramana for that. Where does
Yeah,
it come from?
make
Yes,
sure.
that also I will ask, because we have to have evidence where is it's mentioned in the Vedas.
Right, right. Good, Rukuniji, please.
I'm not finished
Oh, yeah,
yet.
go ahead. Good.
So, pardon me for asking this, but I'm humbly asking. So, is this a matter of belief pending verification? Is this like Swarga, Narka, whatever we believe? Is it, since so much debate went on about the karma being absorbed by the ninda, people who do ninda, and karma phala with. So, is it a matter of belief?
It is a matter of belief. The entire karma is a matter of belief. In fact, forget about sannyasi's karma and where it's going, where it's burnt off, disappeared, and all. Our own karma in our own life is a matter of belief. You know why? It's a matter of belief because it can't be proved. That's the problem. You can't be proved. In order to prove this karma, the same jiva has to, after being born as another jiva, has to be able to know the past karma and the past before that, and then be able to explain, oh, this is why I was born as a bee. Something like that. Or bee, okay, bee can't talk. So bee is there, then there is a mosquito, and then there is something else, crab, and then human life. That person has to be able to say something about they must be able to connect all the dots. Such a thing is not possible. That is
Actually,
why
they do past life regression therapy and all that now, right? Where they
they can do past life
connect
therapy.
what you're going through with past lives.
That is all okay. But karma, if you talk about karma is entity, complete entity you have to talk about. See, there is a girl that remembers in my past life I lived in this particular Jodhpur in this particular village, she says. And I was like this, I did that. Everything is correct. Everything she says is validated, complete. I was doing this, I died at the age of 42 in an accident, this, that, and all she says. Now, It's very exciting. Front page news. These things become front page news because that's so powerful. This kind of statement. And does this prove karma or not? This is the question I'm asking.
So I was not talking about that. I was talking about past life regression therapy, where people hypnotize you and make you go back into your past life to figure out why you're going through what you're going through now. And there have been instances where those issues were cleared once they connected it to the past.
Yeah. So past life regression and all is there, but so there that it only proves it only to any some extent it only proves that okay, doing that works because there is a connection between the past and the present. But even that we won't accept as proof. Bhagya, listen to this. We can't accept it as proof. You know why? Good. You are only supporting the karma theory. I'm okay with that. Okay. But it is not proof. I can't accept it as proof because a lot of data is needed. Lot of data is needed to prove. It may be one particular aspect you say, okay, I did this in my past life, therefore I'm suffering. Okay. What about all the other things suffering as I went through in my life? Can you explain everything? Every moment of the day of my last 50 years, 60 years of my 70 years of my life, can you explain it? It's complicated, Bhagya. All we can say is, good, I'm glad they are doing past life regression. It only supports that karma is an important thing to, that's so important you can't ignore it. That's all we can say. We are happy with it. But Gahana Karmano Gati is not possible. True. Krishna says it's too complicated. Krishna himself says that. Having said that, coming back to, okay, so Rupna's question is it belief, first of all? The answer is, as of today, it is a belief. Okay, let's put it that as of today, it's a belief. Okay. Now, next question. This discussion of sannyasi's karma, where does it go? Does it get burnt off? That discussion. Is that belief? Yeah. Tattvabodhakara says that. We have to only, karma itself, we have to rely on the Shastra. Karma can't be figured out by the human mind. Pratyakshena, Anumanena, you can't figure it out. We see in Kathoparishad, Nachiketa is saying, this particular topic, life after death, the Anumanam and Pratyaksham can't be used. Human being cannot figure out. Same thing. Karma also human being cannot figure out because it goes to before our current Janma. Therefore, human being can't figure it out. Therefore, it is belief. Shraddha. We have Shraddha in the Veda. Therefore, we accept it to be true. Whatever the Veda says, we accept it to be true because we can't disprove it also. And disprove it. And we are okay with it. Karma is not illogical. See, something is illogical, we won't accept. Okay. We need not accept. We need not accept something that is illogical. But we don't find that this is illogical. It's quite logical also. It explains all events that otherwise cannot be explained also. Okay, so this discussion about sannyasi's karma, what kind? That's also based on belief only, pramanam only. Well, suppose that is not true. Suppose somebody Mohini comes back and some pramanam is there and it's not true. Okay, it's not true. Our Vedanta thesis doesn't change. It doesn't rely on karma. Our Vedanta thesis does not rely on karma because I am the whole. You are the whole. What happens to my karma is irrelevant to the jnani. Jnani doesn't care about it. Okay, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Jnani doesn't even care about it. Therefore, either way, whatever be the outcome of karma, our thesis is perfect, pakka, solid ground. So you're right. So you're right, Swapna, in that we generally don't spend too much time on this. Karma theory is there. Regression, past life regression, she mentioned. And so, it is a big thesis going on there. It is a vast ocean. If you get into it, it becomes vast. Somebody is good. In Vadavali itself, there is somebody. In Maradamali, there is somebody. I know that person also. And they are doing past life, etc. In fact, I thought once I got an idea, I should submit myself to this and see what happens. But samay nahi hai. Time nahi hai. That's a problem. If I had a lot of time, I may have done, I would have booked an appointment with her and have just submit myself. What is the worst thing that will happen? I will blabber something, and I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. Well, I don't know what we signed. Maybe we signed something. If I say something, I killed somebody, this, that. Don't you should. You're not supposed to tell anything. Privacy and this, that. So, I'm okay. I'll have a conversation with that. But anyway, they are doing all that, and which means it's good. It only buttresses our case of karma. But yeah, we don't spend too much time on this because it's all within the apara prakriti, and okay, let it happen. And we are paravidya is unaffected by aparavidya, regardless of the outcome of this discussion. Vedanta stands tall. Thanks, Swapna. Good questions.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
Rukminiji, please.
Jay Kumarji, as in Gita we read, whatever you do, Krishna says, prapsyasi, mam prapsyasi, prapnoti. So like that, the karmas, what Tattva Bodha talks about, jnani's, sannyasis karma. So that also, it is like that, it goes to the people who do ninda of sannyasis.
So you're telling me or asking me? I'm not sure.
Is it correct, my understanding? I am asking.
So your question is, sannyasi and jnani's karma, does it really go to those who do ninda and those who do favors to a sannyasi? Is that your question?
No, it is not literally what the Tattva Bodha says. It's like in Gita we study, Bhagavan says, Mam prapno, Mam prapsyasi. Like
Okay,
that.
okay.
It could be like that. It reaches to the other people. As we saw that Mahaperiva was that Swamiji, Swami Saraswati, he was put into jail and arrested. It may be his prarabdha karma, but whoever did, whoever behind the scene, they earned their karma pala of inflicting pain to a sannyasi. Is it not so?
Yeah, so this is the idea, Rukmaniji. We cannot selectively apply the law of karma. In one case, I'm going to apply. In another case, I'm not going to apply. We can't say because the law is a law. So if a person A abuses another person, that person will get some papa karma.
Yeah, that itself, abusing a person is itself a papa karma.
Will accrue karma phalam, papa karma phalam also.
Yes, yes.
So based on that only Tattva is saying. And so this sannyasis, any existing sanchita karma will come. Part of that will come. And Bakra has mil gaya, and so therefore he will get it. That is what he's saying. And it is not like prophecy, no, it's not like that. That's a quantity. This is quantity. This is in the law of karma is like a science. It's a science very much. One of the sciences, science of karma, you can say. And so it is a law. So it is not as though just to பேச்சுக்கோசரம் சொல்றது. Okay, just to say, hey, it's possible. It could be just metaphorical statement. Okay, it could be a metaphorical statement. But Tattva doesn't seem to say like it didn't look to me that it was metaphorical. I took it as though because the quantity is so important. The thing suddenly disappearing. Engineers like me cannot handle it. No, cannot handle that. Sudden disappearance and all, not we can't accept it. That is why people like us just love Vedanta. Swami Viditatmanandaji, first time I met him, I said, Swamiji, I'm just enjoying it, these classes. He said, tell me about you. I said, I'm an engineer, I'm working near Chicago. He said, yeah, Vedanta is very easy for engineers. This is what he said. I'm thinking, Vedanta is easy for engineers? Oh, okay. So that must be a correct statement, obviously, but I didn't expect that kind of a response from him. But the more I study, I find, yeah, it's all natural. Means I'm saying that I don't. Let's Mohini find out. Let Mohini find out what the truth is. And truth can go this way or that way. We don't know. Still not sure. I'm interested in seeing the Pramanam. Because the only Pramanam I know is Tattvabodha. And so there may be a Vedic Pramanam from the Vedas also. So let her do that research. It's important to know that. But yeah, Swapna says the discussion, what happens, outcome of the discussion will not affect anything that we discussed. Okay, we will not no longer say that the karma of a sannyasi is going to some other jiva. Okay, it is just disappeared. I think I should learn to live with that. Okay, so let's stop it. Thank you, Rukminiji.
Thank you.
Yeah, Prasadji.
So is it not, is it not Shankara said already that from the enlightened point of view, all the karmas are finished. So for when the prarabdha karma, the body is produced, but for him, it is an appearance like a jagat, the way jagat appears. So basically we are trying to answer the question, the transactional question from the paramardhika viewpoint. All the karmas for the jnani. So we are answering the transactional question from the paramardhika viewpoint, isn't it?
Yeah, so two viewpoints. One is viewpoint of the jnani. Second viewpoint is viewpoint of the abuser of the jnani. Abuser of the jnani, we can't take the paramarthika viewpoint. Sannyasi doesn't care what happens. Sannyasi wishes well for everybody. And somebody is abusing the sannyasi, jnani means what can the jnani do? Nothing. He will just take it as it comes. Prasada buddhi is anyway there. So I have to live with it. No problem. Sannyasi has no problem with all these things. Sannyasi doesn't say, my papa karma is coming to you. All this, he is not going to think like that. We are talking like that. So that's over. Paramarthika viewpoint is not there in this discussion at all. They're not there means what? It is there to the extent that sannyasi is unaffected. Paramarthika. Sannyasi is unaffected by all this. So therefore now we are only talking about the abuser. One who abused the sannyasi, one who abused or one who praised the jnani. Being an ajnani, there is going to be a karma pala, karma pala, karma pala. Whatever be the action. Even if the action is directed towards the sannyasi. Karta, ajnani karta has done something. Will that person have palam or not? That is the question. That is not Paramarthika viewpoint. Paramarthika viewpoint doesn't come at all. Because karma is done, karma phala has to come.
So it is from the other's point of view rather than from the jnani's point of view.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah, Vaidya, go ahead.
Thank
you. Today we have a lot of questions from
Jayakumar
Houstonians. Okay.
Yeah, Houstonians, correct. Yeah, how should we understand Mam Upeshisi?
Mam Upeshyasi. Your ignorance that made you think that you are separate from me is gone. You thought I am paroksha, but you have known that I am aparoksha. Okay? That is the meaning of Upaishyasi. Upa samipe also. This prefix upa means samipe. Samipe means near. You come near. And without going anywhere, you come near. This is the only Vedanta can talk like this. Without going anywhere, you come near. See, you can come near only if you travel. Somebody should travel. Here, Ishvara doesn't travel, Jiva also doesn't travel. Without traveling, both come near. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, Meera, you had a question.
Guruji, you just clear if you please tell me if my understanding is okay. As you said, Gahana Karmano Gati, so it's very difficult to understand. So I try to connect it like this. Like anything I do, the root cause of any action is a desire and a thought.
So it starts from a thought of a desire and then the karma. So if the thought of something as of today, if I am having some major thoughts which are, I am identifying it with it very strongly, so I could sleep and I could get that.
Wait, 1 minute. Is some internet problem either on my side or your side? I don't know. I couldn't hear that last portion.
We could also. I could not hear.
Yeah, your internet is weak, Mira. So go ahead and ask again, or turn off the video and ask.
So I was just thinking, like, if it is a thought which is creating a karma, if the thought is very strong, I have identified with that particular thought very strongly, it could appear in my dream. So I take any thought as you are suffering in your dream because of that thought, or you are enjoying in your dream because of that thought. So as a dreamer, I suffer the thought, I enjoy the thought. But when when I know very clearly I am dreaming, I don't suffer nor I enjoy. So I feel that a jnani is a person who knows he is dreaming and he neither suffers nor enjoys. And a person who is samsari, he doesn't know he is dreaming, so he suffers or he enjoys. So my understanding about the entire process of karma and the karma phalam is, like, if I have realized that I am the creator of the thought and the karma phalam, then I learn how to watch the phalam of the karma without suffering. So the entire thing is explained to me, like I have some dreams which I create. I know very clearly I have identified it very strongly. So I am seeing that dream. There are so many which I cannot explain. Like I don't have a free will to create some dreams. So I can't explain certain dreams why it comes to me. So the Jnani doesn't connect with it because he knows very clearly how it got originated or whatever. So he is only an observer. He is not suffering. And samsari is suffering. So beyond this, I don't think we can have any. I mean, this is a very clear example of how we associate and we suffer, and how we de-identify and we just observe. Is that clear? Is that something which my understanding is clear, or is it flawed?
Yeah. So you brought the example of dream.
Yeah.
And finally, your question is that is a sannyasi, a jnani, like a person was woken up from dream,
Who
or
knows
knows that all this is like a dream.
He knows, like, it is the thought which originated this. So if he knows the art of de-identifying himself from it. Yes.
Art of de-identifying. Art of de-identifying. Okay.
Yeah. Disassociating himself from it.
Yeah. So there is no dissociation. I hope you understood that so far, right? There's no dissociation. Okay. Clay does not need to dissociate from the pot in order to know that I'm clay.
Yeah.
Pot is there, clay is playing its role, everybody's playing its role, and I'm clay, period. Okay. So there's no dissociation, there's knowledge. Okay?
Yeah.
No dissociation, knowledge. Yeah. So earth is revolving around the sun. It's knowledge. We don't have to dissociate from the sun's movement. You know why we don't have to dissociate from the sun's movement? Do you know why? Sun is moving. Every day sun is moving, correct?
Because sun is not moving.
Correct. We don't have to dissociate from the sun's movement because that is not moving.
Yeah.
That is knowledge. Sun is not moving. If you say emphatically, that means you know it. It's knowledge. Okay. All right. So there is this popular idea that For a jnani, this waking world, which we call waking, is like a dream. Popular idea is that. Okay. And the reason that is being said is, in dream, there is no free will. There is no free will. A jnani has no free will. Believe it or not. This is a very profound statement. How can a jnani not have free will? Jnani is also a human being like you and me. And this knowledge takes away the free will or what? Well, as though no free will. As though. Because the jnani recognizes Ishvara everywhere. And so everything is happening. There's order in everything that's happening. And if I have free will, okay, kartrutvam is not there. Kartrutvam is not there. That is why we say free will is not. So what one has to kind of, the jnani, if I want to have tea, jnani wants to have tea. Kartrutvam has to comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and then goes. Okay. So therefore, from that perspective, if one can accept the fact that because no kartrutvam is there, dream also no kartrutvam is there, for the jnani, this waking world is like a dream of a ajnani. What an ajnani would call a dream, a jnani calls this waking world itself as a dream. Because kartrutvam is not there. Because dream, none of us have kartrutvam. Okay. So to that extent, so that's correct. Okay. That is correct. Anything else? Any part of your question that I did not answer? Why? So I explained to you why we say that for a jnani, this life is like a dream.
So my understanding was, I was just extending it to the karma part, what we were trying to understand. And I was thinking, like, to understand certain things, why it happens in a jnani's life is also like the jnani is not suffering. People who are samsaris look at it as a suffering and prarabdha, and we term it as sanchita, and it is distributed for our understanding. But for the understanding of a jnani, through his vision, it is he's not suffering, though the body might be suffering, but he knows very clearly that I am not the, because he is completely de-identified himself with the sufferer.
Yeah, so that is the same as what Prasad also said, which is we are talking, this talk is with respect to or from the perspective of the ajnani that is interacting with the jnani. That's all. From that perspective only, all this karma and all we're talking about. Yeah, from the perspective of jnani, it's sanchita is burned. Jnana agni dagdha karmanam. From the perspective of jnani. From the perspective of ajnani, sannyasi's karma is still there. It can either help me or it can destroy me.
Or even Guruji, my also one understanding was like, you see lot of people whom we consider like they are very, they are jnanis, like many swamis, and even if you see Ramana Maharshi and all, you see the suffering in their life. Could it be like they have, since they have disowned, I mean, they have de-identified themselves with the, suffering. Could it be like the Sanchita karma also because of the compassion of a jnani? He doesn't want to distribute it among others, so he just faces it and just leaves.
Yeah. So, see, we don't know how big Sanchita karma is, how vast it is. Okay. We shouldn't think that whatever that Sanchita karma can be finished off in one life. That is a very limited way of thinking of Sanchita karma. Sanchita is infinite. Infinite janmas have created Sanchita, therefore Sanchita is really infinite. Therefore, the question that Sanchita is affecting the jnani, Prarabdha is affecting the jnani. Sanchita cannot affect the jnani. Prarabdha is pragarabdha. Whatever portion of Sanchita has decided to to manifest in this body, in this life, etc., is called prarabdha karma. Therefore, if we accept that whatever is happening to Ramana Maharshi's body was the prarabdha karma of Ramana Maharshi. Whatever. Sanchita continues to remain. So that's we should stop with that. We should stop with that. Now, a person is, there is the other idea that a person, as jnani, can take the karma of other human beings. Means take means I can suffer for you. Jnani can suffer for others. Okay. Yeah, why not? I think we can accept that. Nothing wrong with that. So some power is there which says that the jnani will take the suffering. So you, at least you won't suffer. I will be in extra pain, no doubt, but at least I won't suffer. I can handle that extra pain. You can't handle. You are just a weakling. You can't handle even this much pain. I can handle a lot of pain. So that capacity is there, and you know what? It is there. You know how it happens. You talk to sannyasis, you be with them, etc. When they say, the fact that they are talking to you, and you feel light, you feel light, you feel light. When you come out of that conversation, 2-minute conversation, you feel very light. You know what happened? What you said only happened. What you said only happened. That sannyasi has taken on the pain that I was undergoing. And Swamiji would say, you know what Swamiji would say? I am a sitting duck for it, he says. Means what? I am waiting. Everybody's pain is ready to come to me. That's why people are coming to me, because they see it. Pratyaksham. They see it. That is how it is. Sannyasi has that capacity. And that pain, the pain comes. And sannyasi is able to say, grow out of that pain and say, yeah, it'll be all right. Don't worry. That's it. Just 2 words are enough. Don't worry. They're enough. And that person has become light. And but then by then that person has projected so much on the sannyasi. Sannyasi has to put up with all these things. Nothing wrong. Sannyasi has no problem with all these things. Therefore, during that conversation itself, it has happened. Think about it. If you feel light after the conversation, then what happened? Something must have, some transference has to, psychologists will say transference. They use the word transference. It has happened. Transference has happened. Between 2 average human beings also transference happens, but the transference, that the suffering also gets transferred. Other person suffers. So there is fight, massive fights between people. But between sannyasi and the bhakta, there can't be a fight, even though transference is happening. Very interesting it is. So anything else? Meera, you asked a very long, you spoke for a long time. So I don't know if I answered your questions or not.
It is clear.
Okay. I have a general question, if time is there. So it's a general question. I mean, today, based on somewhere when you're talking, I just got into mind, but I don't know what is the reference, but question is framed in my mind. That is, so you have been telling that, okay, you're showing the direction. Well, for example, when I say that, hey, that is the moon. So you are using logic and reasoning to show me the moon. So I'm trying to look at as a fool within this spirituality, or if I consider as Ardo, Jijna, Shwarda, the one of those 3 at least I'm trying to see the moon. Now, there are very smart people. For example, I just take a certain group of people. For example, cognitive studies or conscious studies, brain, mind, and conscious studies. This set of people who relies basically on the logic and reasoning more than fools like me. Why don't they understand the conscious, what we are talking about? Because you know what they talk about on the other side, right? they may be scientists. With all due respect to them, why don't they understand? So this is the context I'm putting it, but from the Vedantic perspective, how we can think about it.
Yeah, so cognitive studies, etc., neurology, and there's a lot of sciences are there these days, and all of those are perfect studies. Means they're it's a science. They're all sciences, and the reason they don't have access to consciousness is two things. One is it's no different than why anybody doesn't. என்னம்மா இந்த டேபிள் வேணுமா அம்மாவா படுத்துட்டு இருக்காளா தூங்குறாங்களா ஓஹோ என்னம்மா சரி பரவாயில்ல கொஞ்சம் தூங்க நான் வரேன் so see the same reason why any average person any person does not understand this is the same reason why that person that constituency you're talking about does not understand this. Why do I say that? I rely on the Shastram again. Shastram says what? In order to for Vedanta, what is the qualification for studying Vedanta? Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadamadi Shatka Sampatti, and Mumukshutva. These four are needed. These four are needed. It doesn't say you have to be a scientist in neurology, specific mind sciences. If you're into mind sciences, then Vedanta is easy. No. In fact, if you're in mind sciences, you'll get caught up in mind sciences also. You get caught up in that. So when I get caught up in that, the cause effect that I'm studying is so enamoring to me, so fascinating. I'm now inventing stuff. Okay, I'm inventing stuff. There's no chance. There is no chance of that person recognizing that aham purnaha, atma is equal to consciousness is equal to purnaha. Not possible. Not possible. Okay, this is one line of thing. Okay. So because for them everything is they are looking at anatma. When you look at anatma, there's nobody. He's not asking the question. Who is the looker? Who am I? Question doesn't come at all. Doesn't come. Therefore, that new cognitive scientist from that perspective is no different than any other scientist, any other engineer. It doesn't matter. Any other information technologist. Everybody is a scientist. Everybody is doing something unique and within the laws. So this is why we say this karma pala is a different way of saying cause effect relationship. Science is cause effect. Atma is that which is beyond cause and effect. Therefore, no scientist can come to this study. No scientist, doesn't matter. Whatever astrology or physicist, whatever you say, doesn't matter. Why? Because all anatma within cause effect. Unless somebody like Nachiketa asks, tell me something that is beyond cause and effect. However close it is, mind and all, mind cognition studies means thinking. How thinking, thinking. How can you get more fundamental than thinking? Correct? No, it won't work. Thinking. I can be caught up in the process, thinking process, how thinking process happens. That's it over. That's a whole ocean. That area is just exploding like anything. And they will interview Vedantins and Swamis, and then they'll go back and do what they're doing. The main message they can't pick up. In the interview, whatever great things were said by a Swamiji, the interviewer did not pick up at all. Everything other than that he picked up. Why? Because the Viveka Buddhi is not there. Not there. You're not judging anybody, but that is how it is. That is how it is. That is the answer to your question. How come they are not able to see what we are saying? That is the answer.
Like in Buddhism, they talk about the patterns created, sankaras. So, I mean, your answer, they think within that mode only, within that framework. They can't go beyond that framework.
I'm saying that not only they think in that framework, all of us think in that framework. The entire humanity thinks in that framework. Cognitive, from that perspective, the cognitive scientist is no different than the man walking on the street. No different.
Yeah,
Both don't.
actually, true. But the point I was trying to make is there is logic and reasoning, and they are more smarter in logic and reasoning, but not the common man who is on the road.
Man is smart in their own ways. Their own ways. That fellow, common man, can make a pot. This neuroscientist cannot make a pot. Cup, ceramic cup. He needs coffee, ceramic cup for the coffee. He can't make it. That requires separate skill. And so there is somebody I was looking at, and some 2 3 days ago, somewhere he came up. I forget. He's talking about. Yeah, Gurumurti ji mentioned how that in Gujarat, that village, that place, which is manufacturing machine tools and exporting it to the rest of the world, that is the highest per capita income in this country, not some Bombay, Chennai, and all these things. And you ask them, how come they are like that? He talks about that society. He visited the society, that place, and interviewed people and all that. And he says they don't have any big education qualification, but they are exporting to the rest of the world. There's a big analysis there. That doesn't mean education is not important. We are just saying, from our perspective, that educated person and the uneducated person are identical when it comes to Vedanta. Identical. Yeah. Good, good. I hope. Is it helpful, all this discussion, or how is that? Yeah. This is important because we have to cover all ground. That is Vedanta. That's the power of Vedanta. Vedantins will never say, no, you should not, that question is irrelevant. Did I ever say that question is irrelevant? I mean, we can analyze it to some extent. After a point, that analysis is not going to lead us, is not useful to us, I might say. I might not be good enough in that also. That is also fine. I'll accept that. But we have to understand exactly, we have to put all the things in the right places. Then Vedanta will shine. What Krishna says will shine. And this mind sciences, mind related stuff, yoga and mind, this is where most of the difficulty is. Yoga people and this Buddhist and all these people are touching very close. They're all close, but we have to, without any fear, being objective, we analyze all these things. So good, very nice. I hope it's useful. Thank you very much. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amritakalasahastaye Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaye Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Thank you very much.